Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared24 here bringing you another Minecraft tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building a bathtub build. As you know, bathtub builds are a pretty popular series on the channel, probably one of my most popular I would say. And basically this all stemmed from doing some miniature scale ships and all that stuff, and I felt, it would be a good idea to actually do a proper bathtub for them. As the whole term says, they are bathtub builds and supposed to be small enough to fit in your bathtub. We will be doing a tutorial kind of on the smaller one here, and obviously you can scale that up to bigger ships. And as you can see an example there, we do have the Iowa sitting in its bathtub build plot as well. This is a pretty cool design and should work really good for all of my bathtub builds. Obviously it will take some changing and some modifying to make it work on basically whatever versions you guys are or whatever ship you're really working on, but overall pretty simple design and straightforward, and gives you that nice bathtub build look, and gives you a nice display piece to put your bathtub builds in. So we'll be talking about and kind of building the smaller destroyer one to help kind of give you guys an idea of how you can make your own bathtub builds. Now you can see here we have our destroyer here. This is one of our Z-class German destroyers, and it fits really nice in the bathtub. It just sits right here, and obviously you can make the bathtub a little bit wider if you want it. That's perfectly fine as well, or a little bit longer, but for us we have just kind of like the bare minimum how big the bathtub should be to make this work. And there's a dirt block in there for some reason, but yeah, pretty straightforward design. You even have a little faucet here on the back which has the water coming down, and you have your hot and cold, so you can put it in the warmer waters of maybe the Pacific if you want, or Indian Sea or something, or you can have it up in the colder waters of the British Channel, or English Channel I should say, and the Atlantic waters and all that stuff. So overall pretty cool design, and you can see here just how you can upscale it to fit your larger ships, such as our battleship here, USS Iowa. And again, it looks really cool, and it's a really nice little addition to put your bathtub builds in. Anyways though, with that, let's go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. Alright guys, so when it comes to going ahead and getting our bathtub build ready here, we do need to make sure that we build this the correct height. Obviously, putting it in the bathtub, there will need to be a certain height we build it to make sure that everything sits properly. Now, in all my bathtub build tutorials, I do cover what the water level is going to be at, and that right there is kind of what you want to use as reference going forward. So you can see here that we have this blue line of concrete. This right here is representing our water level. So this right here is where the water will sit. Usually we have the red hole underneath here, and then the gray right above this. So for example here, we'll have something that looks basically like this here for the color of our hole. You want to make sure this gray portion is above this line, and the red, everything red is going to be below that. And what that's going to do is it's going to help our ship sit properly in the water. And I would recommend at this point going ahead and building whatever ship you want, putting it at the correct height. So this height here, again, we have, this is total 4 blocks up, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So this is on the 4th layer up from the ground level. We have basically the start there of our bathtub. So just make sure you keep that in mind before moving forward, as you will need to make sure that is good to go before we go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. Anyways, with that settled, I'll let you guys go ahead and pause the video if you need to, pull up the bathtub build, or the ship you want to build, and we'll go ahead and jump back into this tutorial. So once you have your ship built, we basically have our front of our ship here, and we can just say that our ship goes back a total, or maybe this many blocks back, right? A little bit of a smaller ship ends right here, and we can, for example, say that's our ship there. We'll go ahead and start working on our bathtub. Now for the front here, we want to go ahead and go 2 blocks off of the front of the ship here. So we have our water level. We're going to go and build 1 block off, and we're going to go ahead and then after that 1 block, we're going to place down a quartz stair. So we're going to place down a quartz stair like so. Then we want to go ahead and go to the back of the quartz stair and place down a quartz top slab, a quartz block on top of that top slab like so. To both sides of this quartz block, we're going to place down 1 more block out to the sides. We're going to go ahead and drop down with a iron trapdoor on the bottom of these 2 quartz blocks. And we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz slab out to the side there of those full blocks. Now this right here is kind of where you have to figure out how wide your ship is. For us, we have a destroyer, so we can kind of make a tighter radius here. One thing I would recommend is probably going a little bit further down the length of the ship. Try to find about your midpoint. And we're going to go ahead and build down from the midpoint of the ship 2 blocks. And we're going to go ahead and then place down a quartz top slab here on the bottom, so it should sit basically half a slab up from the ground level. And this right here is kind of where you need to decide how wide your ship is. So our ship here would, for example, be a destroyer. It would be 3 blocks wide. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of quartz top slabs here. We're going to go ahead and then go up from the side here with a quartz full block and then a quartz upside down stair, like so. On top of the stair, we're going to place down 1 full block. And we're going to go ahead and just do the same thing over here on this side. So just like that. So we have kind of our radius there for our bathtub, or basically our half circle there for the bathtub. Now in the back here, we're going to go ahead and basically do the same thing we did in the front there. So we're going to go ahead and go back 1 block, back like that from our red. And we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz stair like so. Top slab on the back, quartz full block going up, quartz full block to both sides, and a quartz top slab like that, or sorry, rather a quartz half slab like that to both sides, and then an iron trapdoor on the bottom of these quartz full blocks. Now, you can see here we have this quartz row right here. We're going to go ahead and bring this forward. And we're going to go ahead and stop right about at this point right here. So we're going to stop, yeah, right about here. So 1 less from connecting to this row. And we'll do the same thing up here. So like that. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and drop down from this stair here. We're going to place down an upside down stair. And then we're going to go back from that stair, quartz full block, and then another quartz top slab like so. And this right here, this top slab will connect all the way up to this full block. And then we're going to do the same thing back here. We're going to place down an upside down stair, then a quartz full block, quartz top slab, and we're just going to go ahead and fill this in like so. Now at this point, basically all we're doing now is basically kind of filling this in. So we're going to place down a quartz block here, slab, and then we're going to go back 1 and 2 slabs, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Quartz full block, quartz slab, then 2 more slabs back. And again, this radius here is all going to really depend on the build you're doing. So if you have a larger ship, this right here is going to obviously change. You're going to have this a little bit wider, and you know, that's what you're going to go ahead and go with. If you have a smaller ship, then this here is going to work perfectly for that. So we basically have something that looks just like this here. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and kind of clean up this area right here of the ship. Now we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz or stair on both sides of this one right here. So like so. And then in those corner spaces, we want to go ahead and place down a quartz full block. So quartz full block right here. And then on the back here in this space, we're going to place down a quartz full block. Like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a top slab. That'll be in this spot right here. And we're going to go and drop down with this, going on both sides of the stair, quartz slab, and we'll also transfer the same thing we do over on the other side over to here. So it looks like this here on the back. Then we want to go and place down a quartz full block here, then 1 more right there. We're going to place down a quartz full block there in the corner, like so. Then on the very bottom here, we're going to place down a quartz upside down stair, as well as a upside down stair right here. This quartz stair, we'll place down full blocks to connect up right there to our middle section, and the same thing will be done on this side. We're just going to place down quartz stairs at this point here, and then a quartz slab like that to kind of round off the back there of your bathtub. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing up here. Just our quartz stairs, we're going to take them to about here for right now, and our quartz full blocks like that. We're going to go and basically build the same thing up in the front here that we did in the back. So again, just like this, going to kind of build it a little bit quicker. And then we have our quartz slab here. We'll extend our stair and our full block. We'll have our 2 stairs here. And then we'll have our slab right there, placed on a quartz full block on the insides here, and a quartz full block there in the center like that. Then for the bottom here of this, we want to go and place down an iron trapdoor here, and then we're going to go and fill the rest in with quartz top slabs. So just like this. And again, iron trapdoor here next to that first one in the center there, and then quartz top slabs like so. After that, that's pretty much half your bathtub build, or your bathtub built, and we're going to go ahead and then take this and copy it over to the other side. Real quick though, before we do, I do want to go and also throw in some iron trapdoors here along those quartz full blocks, and then you're pretty much good to go. So you can take that same design and flip over to the other side. So as you can see, I went ahead and transferred the other side over, and we do have a little bit of cleaning up that we want to do on the inside here. And first is going to be removing these quartz blocks here in the corners, as we do not need those. And then we're also going to go ahead and replace or we're going to go ahead and replace that quartz full block for a quartz slab, as well as that quartz block. So just kind of helps clean up the bathtub a little bit and makes it look a little bit nicer, kind of more rounded and stuff like that. And the middle stair here, we're also going to replace it with a slab. So same thing there on the sides. And again, these will be stairs there on both sides. So basically we have this, and that's kind of our tub. Now at this point in time, we can go ahead and put our water in. So our water is going to sit at this level right here. So we basically just want to fill this completely in. If you are on Java and have access to mods, we can actually fill this in, which is kind of nice. Helps speed up the process here a little bit. So let me just go ahead and do this real quick without being pushed by the water, of course. And pretty much this will get completely filled in. Like so, and we can go ahead and just delete any of our blocks, and you basically have your bathtub filled in. Do make sure that you take your water buckets and go to the end sections here, and very simply just go ahead and make sure that these blocks here, these stairs and slabs, are waterlogged, as it's going to kind of help with the overall look of the build. So just make sure that they have water in them and stuff like that. But that right there is going to kind of wrap up the tub design, and we then have the little feet here. So the feet here for the tub, we're going to go ahead and go to this first stair here. On the sides, we're going to place down a stair here, skip a space, another stair, and we're just going to go ahead and place down our polished netherite blocks underneath. Same thing will be done up here. So just like this, to go ahead and make our feet there for the bathtub, and same thing, of course, over here on this side as well. So just like that. And then after we have that all done, we want to go ahead and then grab ourselves some polished blackstone walls, some polished blackstone stairs, some red concrete, blue concrete, some warped buttons, and some acacia wood buttons. And we're going to go ahead and make our actual little kind of nozzle here, or spout, for the bathtub. Now you can kind of pick and choose where you want to put this spout. For me, I put it on the back of the bathtub because I think it looks better. It kind of helps, you know, save the front view of the ship, which I think is more attractive than the rear of a ship. So for this, we're going to go ahead and go to our back of our ship, which would be back here, presumably. And we're going to go ahead and replace these 2 iron trapdoors with 2 polished, 2 blocks of netherite, sorry. And then a row of 3 across, like that. We're going to go and then go up 1, 2, 3, and 4. Followed by a polished blackstone stair, block of netherite, and another polished blackstone stair, like that. We'll then go to this section down here. We're going to place down a polished blackstone wall, like this, to both sides. We're going to go ahead and then go up with 2 walls to both sides. We'll place down a red concrete block on the one side, and then a blue over here. And we'll just take warp buttons now and wrap them around the side of the blue block, and then we'll take our acacia buttons and wrap them around the sides of the red concrete block. And in the middle here, we're just going to place down a polished blackstone wall, like that, to both sides. We then want to take our block of netherite. We're just going to place down 1, 2, and 3 down, so it connects up to our ground level. And at this point in time, I would recommend using some barrier blocks here, as it's really going to give you the best kind of look here for the spout of water. But basically what we're going to do here is we're going to place down barrier blocks on the inside here, or structure blocks, whichever you prefer. Basically just whatever invisible blocks you have on hand. And we're also going to place them kind of above these quartz stairs here. And we also want to go ahead and go forward 1, and we're going to place them kind of going along this row. Before we go and close this completely off, we do want to take some water, place down some water in the section here, which you can see here can be a little finicky because we do have that stair being filled in. So just make sure you're kind of careful when you're placing these, but we're going to place down our stair. And usually I like to place it come off the side of the barrier block, so therefore it doesn't actually like spill out completely. And we'll close it off like so. And once we give this a second for those barrier blocks to disappear, you'll get this nice kind of water effect falling down like that. And once you have that all done right there, that is going to basically wrap up what we have here for kind of a basic idea on how to go ahead and do a bathtub for your bathtub builds. With that all complete though, that's going to do it for this tutorial. Thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been your 204, and I'll see you guys next time.